number 1, number 2, number 3 into the playoffs, and we don't do nothing? It's ridiculous. I looked at a statistic the other day with the Vikings. They're like 52-32 in the playoffs. What? The only teams that are around them that have made it 50 times are like all dynasty franchise teams. Like all of them. Just like the Dallas Cowboys, Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers. Just, even more than like the Chiefs and stuff like that. Packers. Like it's the most dynasty of dynasty teams. Yet somehow the Vikings were able to lose more than teams that had like 40 appearances. More than they have the most losses. Like they're the worst in the playoffs by far. Now, this happens also NBA. It's a storyline. It's so lame, dude. Don't buy the storyline of they're the former champions. They're that good. This is the whole thing. No. What they were got put on display to the point that Jamal Murray was up there crying and stuff. So then the NBA had to change it and be like, okay, here, you know what? We're not gonna suspend you. We'll give you a slap on the wrist, and then tell you what, Jamal. Tell you what, Joker. We're not gonna do this anymore with the Timberwolves. We're not gonna make you embarrassed. We're not gonna have Stephen A. Smith going on there going, the Timberwolves are them. The Anthony Edwards is him. They are like, it is a Michael Jordan, it is a Kobe, and it is Anthony Edwards, and it's just like that. Now, you know what the narrative is? These are the champions, and you know what? We should be comparing these. This is the next one that's going to come out. Here's the next one. So I'm going to tell it to you before it even happens. It's 9:17 a.m. in the game. Happened last night. Okay? So this narrative hasn't come out yet, but I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be, we shouldn't be comparing Anthony Edwards to these greats. Anthony Edwards is his own player. But yeah, we're not going to compare him to Jordan anymore. We're not going to compare him to Kobe no more. We're just going to write that off the window, and we're going to watch the Timberwolves continue to lose this series. As a fan, I can't do this anymore. You guys, we got to stand up, and we got to get behind our team, and we got to get on your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever you use, Instagram, anything. And I need the people that dissect the tapes. I need the people that dissect the plays. I need you guys to look for anything that they are doing wrong, because we can't afford to lose. We can't. No more. Please, no more. No more building it up just to lose again and have them say, you know what, you got great players. It's bound to happen. I have watched so many Minnesota residents come and go from this earth, asking for one thing, for a championship from their team. And guess what? Never gets delivered. A championship. It never gets delivered. Now, I've watched some of these guys write off sports forever. Literally, they won't come back. They've literally been torn apart so many times that they won't come back. And so the Minnesota sporting base died out. There was nobody there. Now we're coming back strong. And you can see the social presence there. Kirk is more famous than ever. The Vikings, the Gritty. Everyone's doing it. We're making the NFL all this money. Yet, why don't they cheat for us? Why does that never happen? I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because we are in the center of the nation. It's always a Midwestern. Yeah. Ironic, right? No, it's literally designed this way. And so when you hear this come out of ESPN later, that we shouldn't be comparing Anthony Edwards to anyone anymore, anyone that did that should be disgraced, then you're going to see a bunch of people on Twitter going after other people, don't be calling them that, don't be doing that, don't be saying that. It's so ridiculous when just a week before, that was all everybody said. Let's get it straight here. So they're going to come right in to the Target Center and just demolish these Wolves. Okay, now let's look at how the Wolves are playing too. First, they play aggressively, right? And they get every penalty called against them. Last night, I watched the game, and they're literally screaming for penalties from the refs. They're screaming at the refs. What the? And they're not getting any. Not their big guys. And so why didn't we just do what I said we should do in the beginning? Use Karl Anthony Towns as a muscle. Stop playing around, Karl. What are you doing? The hook shot from 8 feet out? What are you, mad?